Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Everybody go ahead and hit that like button and comment down below. We got a lot to cover and we've been a lot of researching on this Dolph case, man. And so we got information coming directly from the source from basically one of Dolph uncles. And he was saying that it all happened inside the store before the straight drop and the two guys with the white Benz even pulled up in the parking lot. So he's saying that before the picture that they showed you guys with the two guys, as they say, as the suspects, they actually had a whole separate altercation inside the cookie shop to where that's where the shots went off and everything happened, where the loud noises, the bangs, and the panic and stuff. Then he says that that's when it happened first, and then maybe a few minutes later, it could have even been 20, 30 minutes or up to an hour later, the two guys with the white Benz came up and basically did the things where they got that picture taken of them. And that entire time, you got that car driving on in the back that has somebody that knows or has problems with young Dolph. It's allegedly Yo Gotti or Moneybag Yo or even Daddy Yo. And so one thing is that it's been a long time coming, and so now it's winding down to where it's like it's two things that you have to understand for sure about this. If it's people out of Dolph's own family saying that this happened inside the store before straight dropping them pulled up, then it's definitely foul play inside that cookie shop. And just from listening to the Makedas Raven interview of her saying, you know, from her understanding it happened inside the store. And then you also got the point of view from the lady wearing the apron at the cash register. She hit the button to lock the door and then ran inside when she said she saw the two guys come out that white Benz. Now, we don't know exactly how true that story is because they haven't came out and gave the official statement, but that's what Raven's brother said is exactly what happened. And so that's coming out of his mouth on the SCO interview. And now what you go to find out is that how can Marcus Thornton, Dolph's brother, run out the front of the store when she hit the lock button? That means he had to run out the back. And so potentially he could have chased somebody out the back, because a lot of people are saying Maurice was already inside that store and that he came in through the back door. And you got to remember, the witness that says she saw Maurice already pulling up to that cookie shop before anything happened where the two guys ran up, she says she seen him in the car with a whole car full of people. And so, and the fact that he went through the back door means that he could have actually escorted people to the back door, to that back area where the laundromat people go on break and have they squares. And so he probably escorted people back there. And then once he found out that Dolph was inside and they locked that front door, that's when he sent the guys through that back. And then that's when they did whatever they did in that store. Then they ran out that back, and that's when you see Dolph's brother, the security guard, with his Drake, and he's running. He actually ran out the back and ran up the side to the front of the store, and then started blowing away at the two dudes that got into the white Benz. And basically, I think they said that one of the people was hit that was running out the back, and it might not have been the guy that was actually in the white Benz. It could have been a whole different dude that pretty much ran to another car, because you got to remember, it was at least 4 or 5 getaway cars, a lot of people watching. It was one person as lookout, another person to radio in everything on the walkie-talkie. Then you got Maurice's car. Then you got the white Benz. You got Dolph's car. There's so many things. And that whole time, you got people that's parked in the Family Dollar parking lot who probably had got one of the guys that got hit. And so now what you got to understand is that there's no way Maurice could have came through the front door. They're saying he came through the back door because he already had to come through the back and literally unlock the front door, because they even try to say that, oh, Maurice wasn't there, but he was there the whole time. And they made up a story about how he came in and the people were still ducking from bullets. It's like, how could he get there at the same exact time that they're still ducking from bullets? Doesn't that mean that he's one of the shooters? Like, the logic in that doesn't make sense, guys. And this is a red flag that I had to bring to everybody's attention, because if you forgot, like, you have to remember again that this whole thing has a lot of loopholes, a lot of depth, thickness of what this whole plot is. And people have spent hours and hours and stuff, like long nights, long days, sleepless nights, trying to figure out exactly what happened to Dolph that day, guys. And so if you want to, you could help support getting me a coffee or something for doing all this work. But basically, just remember, Maurice got there and witnesses saw him with a car full of people. Then he had to have gone through the back door, because that front door was already locked when they had pressed the button from the cash register. And how could he be inside the store walking in for the first time and people are still ducking bullets? Like, did he not pass by the whole thing of Dolph's brother shooting at the white Benz because they're getting away and they just did what they did? And so it's like, the storylines don't add up when it's coming from their side. That's why everybody's looking at it. And even now, Dolph's uncle is looking at it and saying, yeah, something happened to where they responsible for it. Whoever's in that cookie shop, somebody did something and they covering it up. Everybody is basically playing along, man. And that's why we always said, follow the money. Where did all them GoFundMes come from? Like, how have they not yet did a first 48 mission on the whole entire cookie shop and found out that they got paid through the GoFundMes to cover up everything, man? And it's obvious. Y'all could go ahead and see it. But what I want you guys to understand fully is the fact that everything that's been going on and all the times that they changed their stories, now it's adding up and it's catching up to them. There's no more changing stories. No one's going to come out and believe them if they change their story again. And so as people basically crack down on this and go to figure out that, okay, Dolph may have been at Ruth Chris the night before, but somehow they ended up getting him to Makedas, whether it was in the U-Haul or whatever, but they actually had Dolph enter through the back door. Whether he was awake or not, we really don't know. But when his uncle came out and said that he basically thinks that something happened on the inside of the store, Paper Route Quazo, when he came out and said that he thinks something happened in Makedas before his straight drop and then pulled up, then that's when you know, okay, this whole thing is not what it's been seemed like. Like, it's actually real life going towards what we've been saying and finding out. And so what I want you guys to do is continue to tune in for more updates, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and don't forget, anything that was said in this video is just entertainment purposes only. It's not to be taken literally, and it does not express the views of the person who's speaking. And just so we get that understood for everybody, I want you to have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next video.